everyone. This is our first day of our Knitting for Beginners class, hosted by me, Leslie Q. I wanted to do this class for everyone who, like me, is stuck at home. I apologize in advance because I'm set up in my studio in the basement, and directly above me is my two children who are, one, fighting today, and two, don't understand the meaning of walk quietly. So if you hear clunking and fighting, please just ignore it. Today is our introduction to this class. I wanted to tell you a little bit about me. My name is Leslie. I'm a photographer. I do family and children, seniors, sometimes headshots and things like that. And I also photograph newborns. And I know that knitting is something that I've always wanted to do. But when I got into newborn photography, there was this high demand for knitted props, such as like bonnets and cute little rompers. And I thought, I can do that. Like, I've always wanted to learn, and why can't I make my own props? I'm a total DIYer. I like to save a buck just like anybody else on certain things. I mean, obviously, if I wasn't able to knit and didn't have the capacity to do it, then I would totally support those businesses out there who are out there to help the busy photographers or the busy moms or dads or whoever who don't have the time to knit. But that's besides price tea and China. We are going to talk about knitting, and for this class, it's just the basics. We're going to learn how to read a pattern. You're going to learn about abbreviations. You are going to learn about casting on and binding off, knit stitches, purl stitches. We are going to create a project by, who's it by? I wrote it down here somewhere. Oh, by Wake Whimsy, and it's called the Pretty Knitted Coffee Sleeve. That link is going to be below in the description. And so basically today we're just going to talk about the essential tools you need to get started, the essential tools you'll need for our pattern, as well as additional things that might come in handy later on. We're going to talk about resources such as where to buy your yarn, where to buy your tools, and then also good learning avenues. We're going to talk about yarn and yarn weight, yarn fiber, because not all yarn is the same. There's very, very expensive yarn out there, and there is lower end yarn, which is what I suggest everyone starts with, because you're going to mess up a lot, and you're going to have to tear it all out, and then you're going to get it knotted, and you're just going to want to cut it. So if it's cheap, it's okay. You can cut it, throw it away, start over. Lastly, we're going to talk about our pattern today, just a little bit, the link, the name, the author, the stuff we already talked about. Now, throughout this class, I'm going to divide this up into 6 days, which would be 3 weeks during our quarantine. And if you're watching this now, awesome. If you're watching this after the quarantine is over, I bet it's like a breath of fresh air to be able to see people again. And I can't wait for that day. But to get us through these next couple of weeks when we can't leave our homes, throughout the class, we're going to do our pattern. And as we go along, we're going to learn how to read patterns. We're going to learn about abbreviations. We're going to learn how to make a gauge swatch, which you'll learn a little bit about that as we go on. The other things I already talked about, knitting, purling, finishing your project. We're going to create it together. We're going to finish it together. I'm going to show you how to weave in the ends and talk about blocking just a little bit. I don't normally do it, but it's something we should definitely discuss. So let's go ahead and move along, and we will talk about our essential tools. All right.